Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we have another podcast this evening. Unfortunately, I actually didn't prepare anything for tonight. We have a full panel, including Caleb, Bill, Rollins, and Dre. We're just going to jump right into Dynamite. What a fucking amazing and spectacular evening. We all theorized that Swerve and Hangman might have been closer to the end of the program, but we got it as the first match of the night. And, the results were absolutely fantastic. A lot of people are going to disagree, but we're going to get something really special for the pay-per-view. Swerve versus Hangman versus Samoa Joe. Caleb, man, spill the tea, man.
I mean, I don't know how anyone can watch this and be disappointed with what we got. It was a 30-minute draw on TV that also included a double turn. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong there. It felt very much like Hangman is a heel and Swerve is the face, and they're finally moving and adjusting with what the crowd wants. The crowd is fully behind Swerve. I mean, it was incredible to be able to build off the previous matches they've had and then deliver us that to start off Dynamite was one of the best things that, as a wrestling fan, we could have asked for. Uh, and I feel like we're spoiled to be able to go from the shows that come on Mondays and on Fridays, the wrestling on there, to what we got to just open the show tonight. And I mean, we got so much more beyond that, but Swerve and Hangman have yet to fail us, and the triple threat will not fail us either.
The rankings may have forgotten about their last couple matches, but the fans haven't. This match was phenomenal and continued right off from the last two matches. I really hope we get more of the two. Not just in the triple threat. I think this feud will be revisited in the future for a long time.
Rollins, I mean, you tell me, man, is this match like just as important as watching Travis Kelce propose to Taylor Swift at halftime on Sunday?
So I didn't get to watch the full match.
Oh no.
I joined in about, I would say, more towards the end of it.
That might have been a Caleb question.
But I will happily take my victory lap now, because how long have I been saying that they were going to do the triple threat match at Revolution? Swerve versus Hangman versus Samoa Joe. Many of you on this panel called me crazy, and yet here we are.
Yeah, I checked for Rollins. It's been 3.5 weeks. I made sure I checked before we got here. Andre, what did you think about all this? Oh, Caleb wants to chime in on the Chiefs comment really quick.
So in your face, Faulkner. In your face, buddy.
Go ahead, Caleb.
Go, Caleb.
Oh, you got to bring up the Chiefs. I just got to give my little shit to Rollins here.
Go ahead.
My guy's been hating on KC all year long and been doubting on the boys. And I told him all year long the Super Bowl was coming true. And I believe in this very chat a few weeks ago, when the playoffs started, I said the Chiefs will win the Super Bowl. Travis Kelce will retire afterwards and then propose to Taylor Swift at midfield. Make me a booker, people. It's very likely it's going to happen.
You're booking the NFL?
I'm booking the NFL. It's scripted. We all know
Somebody is.
It's you. You're the problem. It's you. Andre, tell us more about this match.
Did you just quote a Taylor Swift song?
I sure did. Oh, and I'll stare directly at the sun, but never in the mirror. It must be exhausting always rooting for the anti-hero. Andre, go ahead.
This match gave me anxiety. I was on the edge of my seat. I felt like a little kid because, wrestling is scripted. We like to fantasy book everything. But to me, I lost myself in this match. I don't know why I'm getting blurry. All right. To me, this felt like a real sporting event. And I was rooting for Swerve all the way. And, I really thought he had him on the first double stomp, but that wasn't it. And then I thought Hangman had him, but he had a rope break, and they just went back and forth. And by the way, beautiful buckshot from Swerve there.
Oh, so good.
I was very relieved that this ended the way that it did, but I was again concerned a little bit because Hangman grabbed the mic and he started saying, "You had to beat me to win the title shot." and I was like, wait a minute, where is this going? I was getting really nervous with that comment, but then Tony Schiavone clarified it, said it was a 3-way, so I'm happy about that. I love 3-ways, 4-ways. They're a lot less predictable in my opinion, so I'm really excited about this one.
3-ways and 4-ways are typically the type of thing you'd see in my Google search history, but in terms of professional wrestling, I'm really excited to see what this is coming to into Revolution in a month. Now, guys, we got a Revolution preview a month before the pay-per-view, and usually members from previous communities that are in this one always complain that, hey, we're not getting a lot of exposition or build up into a pay-per-view. Now we have a whole month's worth of storyline. I mean, this is the anti-bloodline scenario. We are actually going to get things that are going to build up to something greater. Now, post this match, we got Samoa Joe coming out and cutting the same promo that he did at Hard to Kill back in 2004, where he called out the Snyder Brothers and said, you guys who were a bunch of old school babies for not showing up to this pay-per-view. And he came out and he expressed it. It looked genuinely emotional. Do you guys think that it's possible for Samoa Joe to drop this belt at Revolution, and to whom? Caleb, go ahead.
I definitely think it's more than possible. I think it's going to happen. I truly believe, and I know I'm not alone on the panel here in feeling this way. AEW has to capitalize on Swerve's momentum, and you cannot waste a second in doing so, in my opinion. Swerve is the most over guy, arguably in all of wrestling right now. The Nana dance is the most over thing in all of wrestling. I don't think that's really debatable.
Did I just do a good impression of it there?
Very good.
Yes, very good, Rollins.
I can tell you've been practicing for a long time.
How
In the mirror
long
every
do you
day.
stand in the mirror doing that?
Caleb, let me just chime in super quick. You and I may not agree on the Kansas City Chiefs, but we do agree on that.
Yes, and I mean, to me, Swerve needs the belt more than anyone right now. Hangman, I think, is in this match to take the pin, because Hangman taking a pin is not going to affect him. And then you can build a Swerve versus Samoa Joe short rivalry after the 3-way, and it just makes sense to me. Yeah, you got to capitalize on momentum. WWE does not do it very well. AEW has a chance to do it and be like, what's up? This is how you do it. Right before WrestleMania, too, which would be an even bigger FU to the Fed. But, Bill, what do you think on this one?
Until recently, I was very anti-Joe losing the title. I thought it was too early for Swerve, but they're doing a really good job of building it up. So Swerve getting the title by pinning Hangman keeps Joe strong, and the redemption arc of Joe chasing that title is really exciting to me. So I'm kind of hoping that's what happens here.
Baba Boy in the chat wanted to throw it out there. If Hangman wins, he'll be a heel. Yeah, some of the best feuds in professional wrestling were a heel faction versus a heel, or a heel versus a heel versus a heel. And to see, I mean, with Hangman's current mustache situation, I believe that he's already entered heeldom.
Yeah.
And no one rocks a stash like that, a la Vince McMahon.
Except the
Podcast for a
Bucks.
later day.
The Bucks. We'll get
Isn't
to
that
They're heels. We'll get to
canon
that
in
later.
video games where if you have a mustache, you are evil?
Yeah, that is true.
We'll get to the Bucks later, Caleb.
Hold on, Volkner. Name one bad guy in video games that has a mustache.
Luigi.
Okay,
Hitler.
Rollins. Let's continue on with this match.
Oh God, I wasn't expecting that one.
Stepping it up.
But
Dutch Vanderland. Dude. Red Dead. Hey, dude, Red Dead sweet. Dutch has he has a Chris Marion. He has that handlebar mustache. Only the Cleveland guys are going to recognize that reference.
Yes.
And if you're watching this, Chris, you owe us royalties. Go ahead, Rollins.
Shane, Volkner, you guys will know that we were talking about this on the pod last night with C-Boss, where WWE should have given the belt to Sami Zayn after what happened at Royal Rumble. That's when Sami Zayn hit his highest peak, and they should have capitalized on it, at Elimination Chamber. But they didn't. And so they missed the peak. I feel like it's the same situation here with Swerve Strickland. Not that Swerve, slammed somebody in the back with a chair and caused a whole ripple effect, but in the same breath, it is kind of similar where Swerve kind of gained all this popularity organically. He's white hot right now, and if you don't put the belt on him now, I think you're going to miss the crest of that wave. I mean, you could build up to the summer of Swerve by giving him the belt now.
Well, before Dreezy picks the ball up and runs with it, because I have a feeling he's going to agree with you, some of the best stories told in professional wrestling come from the unexpected, right? So what if Hangman actually picks up the ball and runs with it? Then we have the most hated faction in professional wrestling, the Young Bucks, who rock shitty mustaches that might be picking up the tag titles as of Revolution, and then another person that's affiliated with them, Hangman Adam Page, picking up the world championship with the shitty mustache and running with it. This could be an opportunity for them to draw eyes on the product to see them lose in the long run. Andre, I agree that Swerve Strickland should be the person taking the belt, but would you be objected to anybody else holding this title? Samoa Joe continuing to take it, or Swerve lifting it?
I think you're going to be surprised by my answer, because as of right now, as of this moment, and I'm sure I'm going to change my mind 100 times before Revolution, but I think all three of them have about an equal chance of winning, and that's what makes this match so exciting. I can see Swerve winning because that's kind of been the build-up for him. Time and time again, he said he wants to be the first black world champion in AEW, and he's been, like we all talked about, he's had the rocket strapped to him. Joe, he's a good champion. He's a top guy. He could very well have a long reign. Hangman, he's a former champion. He's the only guy out of these who's been a champion before, and he could very well get it back. And he has a redemption arc of his own that he's going to be working on. So I'm hoping that Swerve wins, but I'm not sure as of right now if he will.
Faulkner, I got to jump on you super quick because I think you finally came around to what I've been saying. I get that you think my theory is stupid. I don't give a shit because of what you said in the live chat tonight. I'm not letting this go. You were the one that came out and said maybe at Revolution, Mercedes Moné will come out and help Swerve win the title. I think you're starting to come around on what I'm saying. Maybe not because of the reason.
No. Okay. We'll fight to the bitter end until something actually happens live. But we agree that Mercedes and Swerve would be a great pairing.
Yes.
100%. Just your reasoning of how you get there is completely wrong.
I don't care. I am sticking with my theory.
Yeah, Rollins, I hate to disagree with you on this one, but I don't think the first time we see Mercedes Moné appear in AEW television is going to be to help Swerve Strickland win the title.
Yeah.
As cool as it would be, that would be the biggest waste of an appearance in the history
Rollins,
of professional wrestling, right there.
Rollins, you missed the match today for a lot of it anyway. So you missed Nana calling Swerve boss again. Where's Moné at? Where is she?
She's coming.
Boston.
I don't know. Oh, Boston. Okay, I get it.
I get it. She hasn't gone by the boss in a while, but that was her thing when she was in WWE. And
I don't disagree that what TK is doing is probably all about Moné right now. But Nana calling Swerve boss is a damn stretch.
Okay, I agree it's a stretch, but hey, it's my way of thinking, so I'm going to stick with it.
Hey,
Well,
end
Rollins-
result, we are on the same page.
Since it's your birthday, you can be right. But just for today. Just for
Hey,
today.
hey, listen, I've said it in another community. I'm going to say it here. The only person here that's allowed to pick on Rollins is me.
And
that's my-
Kelson, I do not have a dead gerbil on my face.
No, and while we're talking about Kelson, hopefully llamas everywhere are continuing to go unfisted. Anyways, yeah, for those of you that have been here, honestly, I want to talk about Swerve and his alignment. I could see that Monet could be involved with him, but they just literally named a whole AEW Dynamite, the big business Dynamite. Oh, come on, how did she come into Japan? It's more than evident. And do you think that big business is just going to relate to Monet? No, it's also going to relate to Okada. They've made that painstakingly clear. But before we go on that tangent, let's stick with Dynamite. We have Tony Storm versus Red Velvet with Deonna Purrazzo on commentary. And to be honest with you, Deonna could really hold herself in a conversation. Now, Red Velvet can't unjob herself to Tony Storm, and Tony Storm can't undo the persona they stuck her with. This leads me to believe that they might actually be lifting this belt off of Tony in favor of Deonna coming into the pay-per-view. Caleb, man, what's going on with that?
I watching this, I truly believe Deonna is gonna get that belt. I agree with you. The fan reaction for Storm is not very good. I don't know if it was just me, but it doesn't seem like the crowd is into it. And I mean, from what I could tell on our server as well in our live chat during Dynamite, most of the people in chat aren't big into the timeless Tony Storm deal. I feel like to a lot of people it was cool for a little bit, but it's ran its course, had a very short life, but it's Deonna is the better wrestler. Deonna is better on the mic. And if you really want to establish Deonna as a big star, surprise everybody, have her win the belt immediately. Because every other time you've brought somebody in and they've had their first appearance for a title match, they've lost. Every other time. And it's always typically been in the women's division where we've seen that happen. But am I wrong in saying that, where we've never been surprised by the result? Like, we've never gone into a match expecting the newbie to win it. Let's see a change here. Let's have something new happen.
Well, Action Andretti would conflict that statement. I'll stop you when you're telling lies. Volkner, where do you think this is heading?
I mean, it's pretty obvious Deonna wins, but I think the more interesting story is what happens to Tony after this. Yeah, her character's gotten a bit stale. I mean, I do still enjoy it, but I think Deonna's trying to break her. She's trying to bring back the old Tony. And seeing old Tony go kind of ruthless, kind of heel, maybe, could be very interesting.
I do have a direction for Tony once she loses this belt at Revolution, as she should. And that's Mariah May. Because you can tell they're planting a few seeds here and there that Mariah May and Tony Storm are headed for a fallout. I don't know who's going to turn on who or how that's going to happen, but you can just tell that is coming. And
Not Roxanne Perez.
I wish.
Keep trucking. Keep on trucking.
Well, I thought Tony was going to feud with Butler Luther. I thought that was the direction we were going.
Not. Would a Mariah May Tony Storm feud be really interesting? Not really, but I guess you could justify it. But Caleb, you mentioned how like most of the people we've brought in from for the women's division have lost. I can point out a couple. Ruby Soho, she lost to Britt Baker when she went for the AEW Women's World Championship. Taya Valkyrie, lost to Jade Cargill for the TBS championship. If you want to make an exception for Saraya, since her first match was a non-title match, I guess you can. But there's two examples right there of exactly what you're talking about, Caleb.
Can I ask the Rollins? Do you see any of them on the level of Deanna?
As in Ruby, you mean Ruby Soho, Saraya?
Yeah, any of them. Do you put them equal to where Deanna is currently?
No, I do not.
Are you talking about in ring, or are you talking about
name recognition? They're a lot more famous than Deanna.
Yeah, that's what name recognition. All three of them have a lot more respect and seniority over Deanna, but in ring wise, none of them touch Deanna. And I think TK realizes that. At least that's the hope.
So, do you think she could be a more compelling champion than the others that were passed up in this situation?
Absolutely, 100%.
Deanna Purrazzo. Now you have to look at the people that are out right now. You got Britt Baker, you got Jamie Hayter. I mean, like, you have some, like, Serena Deeb just came back. You have some
Thunder Rosa.
No, Rosa is going to be doomed to collision. Whatever they do with the women's belts there, which is sad.
Well, where the hell is Julia Hart currently?
In the mid card where she belongs.
When's the last match she really had, though?
In the mid card where she belongs, in the middle.
She hasn't had a match in a while, but she made an appearance in that cage match.
She was part of the 8-woman tag match at Homecoming. I remember that.
Guys,
they're kind of saving her for 1A.
Julia Hart holding a belt kind of burns me a little bit, because you have women in Ring of Honor, a company that's also owned by Tony Khan, like Athena. Athena's a champion, but you also have women like Lady Frost and Billy Starks, and Queen Aminata. And as much as it burns me to say it, because she's on main AEW programming, Sky Blue, that are getting front face, but also jobbed out. These are people that should be more credible champions in comparison to Toni Storm right now, who is just kind of stagnating her championship on this this gimmick.
And not to mention the fact, this was Tony's first match of 2024. She has not had a single match this year.
Sad. But this exemplifies the idea that they're not doing enough with the women's division, which is something that I argued earlier today on the Discord. Julia Hart is good for the 60 to 70. Okay,
that's called the Kelson demographic wolf. That's what that's called.
She's got no ass.
What, Julia? She has enough.
Did you say ass or personality?
She has a little bit.
Her ass doesn't matter.
They're both brick walls. I don't know.
Anna Jay should be getting more of a push. But
yes,
let me just say this. Even though we knew Toni Storm was going to win this match, Red Velvet actually held her own in this match. This was not a squash match by any means.
Yeah, she has improved a lot since she came back. When was it? She came back when I saw it live in Portland. That was November, I think.
Yeah.
Red Velvet's one of the most improved women in the division from where she started, because she's been appearing on AEW since 2019, I believe. Yeah, but towards the beginning of AEW. So
they stuck with Jade Cargill, but honestly, I'd give it to Abaddon first. Abaddon is more of the Ethan Page of AEW than Red Velvet. I mean, Red Velvet went away from injury. Abaddon trained herself to come back and had pole positioning, same as Ethan Page, and he got relegated to ROH TV.
Abaddon's recent promo was awesome too.
What's up?
Abaddon did a recent promo just on their Instagram and their Twitter. It was awesome.
She also murdered her RJ City interview on 2 Saturdays ago.
That was awesome.
Great. Yeah. That was
really. I still haven't gotten a chance to speak about this Toni Storm match, so I don't really have much to say about the match itself. What were you going to say, something, Shane?
Yeah, you have the floor 100%.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Sorry.
done interrupting you. Please, and tell more of us to shut the fuck up. Andre, the floor is yours.
No, yeah, I don't really have much to say about the match itself. I thought it was good, predictable but good. My question is, how do you get Toni Storm out of this character? Because she is just a cartoon, and like, yeah, I enjoy her, but yeah, it is. Even though for some people it's already stale, eventually it's going to get stale for me too. So how do you get her out of this character? Because she's just like, she's just insane. Like she can't just show up one week and be normal, you know? There has to be some kind of, is she gonna like get a hit with a pile driver that snaps her back to reality, or what's gonna happen? So I'm kind of curious to see that. And I agree with Rollins. I think Mariah May should be the next opponent for, or a storyline piece for Toni Storm. I don't think it should be for the championship. I think that Toni should get rid of the championship, and then her and Mariah can feud, and that way you can also build Mariah up. Because I heard a lot of hype about Mariah. I have never heard of her until AEW, and being somebody's like little lapdog, that's not going to get you far. So she has to break away from that.
Well, to answer your question on how do you get away from her character, Deanna's already started that. She's already been pushing her towards the true Toni that she knew, and showing off the tattoos and hinting to their past. So I don't know exactly how they're going to do it. I'm going to guess a million ways, but she's going to lose the title to Deanna. She's going to snap somehow.
But
it's going to be
to reality.
More, yeah.
Oh, there goes Greg.
Yeah,
Back to reality.
It's going to be Deanna.
Different
pushing
song,
her.
but close.
Yeah, I mean, good points. Good points.
Let me just jump in again super quick. If you give Deanna the belt, think about some of the matches you could do with her as the champion. You can bring Britt back and do that feud, because Britt can still wrestle. You can do Jamie Hayter. You could get Chris Statlander out of this weird storyline with her, Willow Nightingale, and Stokely Hathaway, and you can do that match. Deanna versus Statlander, yes. Call Athena up to the main roster. There's another match. If
Athena was on the main roster.
yeah,
They did nothing with her.
If Mercedes Moné is in fact coming to AEW, which it sounds like is happening, you can do that match. I feel like there's a lot more options with Deanna as champion than with Toni Storm.
I think that matches are great, but I would like to see some character work from Deanna, because as of right now, to me, she is just a woman that everyone in my Discord really likes. But me, myself, I mean, she's just kind of there. I'm not overly impressed yet. So I'd like to see some character work and not just matches.
You know what, Andre? I'm actually going to get behind you completely on that, and I agreed with that. I agree with that statement. She showed up literally 2 major Wednesdays ago, and she hasn't really done anything other than fight jobbers. That's the same thing that happened to Taya Valkyrie, right?
Yeah.
Taya showed up, and then she was relegated to Rampage. And why would you do that to a person like Deanna Purrazzo, who does have a storied and tenured past in professional wrestling? If you're going to make her look like an opposing force to Toni Storm, you have to put her against opposing women's professional wrestlers, of which AEW has a dozen of that are currently sitting in the wings. Throw her against Thunder Rosa, Serena Deeb. They're certainly sitting there, right? So let's segue into the BCC versus the CMLL.
They're multiplying.
Oh my goodness. More luchadors.
There are 4 last week. There's 6 this week. There's going to be 12 next week.
Oh dear. Oh dear. I thought this match was cool. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to be Aki on this one. Aki, if you're there in chat, cool. I'm living through you intravenously. I'm going to be Aki. Yeah, the match was really cool.
It was sweet.
I like John Moxley. It was cool. So, Caleb, what do you got on this one, Caleb?
You know,
do the same thing. Let's pass. It's hard pass.
Yeah.
Pass.
It was a wrestling match.
I was bored.
Okay, Rollins.
I don't know a lot about CMLL, so I don't have a lot, but I thoroughly enjoyed this match. Like, I feel like we got different styles of wrestling in there. You got the high flyers, you got the technical guys in there, you got, the big bruisers. So I'm like, yeah, this is a good mix of wrestling, and I like it.
I enjoyed this match. The luchadors are cool. My problem with them is that I can never remember or pronounce their names, so I just make up my own names for all of them. The Fireball guy that fought Danielson last week, he was pretty
The
cool.
Alchemist.
Horatio, I
Yeah.
think is his name.
Except this week he didn't have the Fireball for some reason, so kind of lame. That other guy that looked like kind of looked like Grand Metalik. He had like a similar mask. The other mask guy on the team, he did.
Mask guy 2.
He was like something Dorado. He wasn't Lindsay Dorado. He was something else Dorado. I don't know what that means, but he did this cool like a handstand off the ropes, and then he did like a corkscrew backflip and landed on his feet.
With the shorter young guy, the yellow mask.
Yeah, that was insane.
He's talented.
Yeah, so that was cool.
I did notice one botch he had during the match, but
Oh, he had a couple botches. I think he was too excited.
Hey, Bill.
All right.
Bill, why
Yeah.
does it feel like we're naming Mortal Kombat ninjas from the 90s?
They kind of are.
They're all
That's what
wearing
they
that.
are.
They have.
I mean-
we're palette swapping the same guys.
Yeah, so
only-
there was the red guy, there was the yellow guy, there's the blue guy.
Well,
Yeah.
you had the Alchemist
One of them
guy
throwing a
go
fucking
against
fireball. Dear
Danielson
God.
recently, and that match
Yeah.
was amazing.
Yeah, that was really good.
That match was awesome. This
What
match
I-
pretty much
Wait.
is not Bullet Club, just BCC going, we're big, you can't hurt us. Like,
What I thought was funny is that BCC,
I
we
like
have
it.
Claudio, who is at least an upper mid carder. Then we have Moxley and Danielson, who are absolute like top tier A+ levels and characters in AEW. And then the guys that ran out to help them were like the absolute bottom
Random
tier
guys.
guys.
Magic,
yeah, CD.
Yeah, we had Christopher
Like-
Daniels, we had 2.0.
La
And
la
Matt
la, Matt
Sydal.
Sydal.
Those are all dark openers, like
I
Ring
love
of
they're
Honor.
getting more work. But
Matt
Yeah.
Sydal, hey,
I agree
Matt
with
Sydal is
you.
a
It's just
World
so
Wrestling
funny.
Federation champion. Though.
What? But
It's
why
like-
isn't someone
it-
like Top Flight to go against the ML?
Yeah, why didn't they run in and help? That would have been cool.
yeah,
Or even the match should be against them, in my opinion.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I would love to watch that.
We saw Top
remember-
Flight
remember-
versus Command.
Yeah, remember that match the Top Flight had against Penta, Commander, and Vikingo, I think?
It was
Yeah,
amazing.
it was amazing.
Yeah, so I'm sure they could do something similar with the CMLL guys.
We should see more of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's not beat a dead horse. We had a best friend segment. Orange Cassidy's trying to talk his way through a fucking promo with Renee Paquette, who's wearing like obvious like crossover overalls, and Chucky Taylor's injured. We're getting the best friends versus who on Friday?
How is Chuck Taylor always injured? He never even wrestles. He's always injured.
No, it's not that he doesn't always wrestle. He does wrestle, but he's usually getting pinned. He's the Buddy Matthews or Brody King of that faction. So, truth. Last year. Sorry, guys.
He's the Virgil of that faction.
Also true.
Cool.
Oh man, he threw it out there hard as fuck. Okay, Andre, then I'm gonna bounce it over to you. How
Alright.
is anything that the best friends are doing right now relevant to what's in the mainline AEW media? They're looking a lot like Chad Gable.
I don't understand that reference, but the best
Rollins
friend.
does.
I sure do.
They're looking a lot like Alpha Academy right now. They're
They
only
certainly are.
and they're
best
maxing
friends. They're not really doing anything. I feel like they're just stalling for time for that Roddy match, at
Yeah.
which Roddy's gonna take the belt off of him, and then I don't know what happens.
Yeah.
silly goose hours. The undisputed is getting the front ring spot, but why continuously job Chucky Taylor, who is an indie legend? I'll leave this one open for interpretation. I'm going to speak on this a little bit. Orange Cassidy is, and anyone in his faction, they're currently in an identity crisis, right? these guys have the ability to be at the top of the food chain in AEW, but have consistently stagnated near the mid to upper mid card. So what's up with this? We have Chris Statlander, who's currently sitting. She's doing like commercials for AEW, but then you have Orange Cassidy holding a main title, and then Trent Beretta continuing to fill the gaps in between Battle Royale and mid card feuds. Like, are we going to shit or get off the pot with this faction? Put some actual like respect on their name, or continue to job them out?
I think this faction is very inconsistent because we have Orange Cassidy, who's borderline a main eventer. He's reached the top. Then we have Trent, who, like you said, is pretty much a mid-carder. Then we have Chuck Taylor, no disrespect, but I don't remember last time he himself won a match in AEW. Probably never even has. And then we have Rocky Romero, who's an outsider, so he's never really going to win anything in AEW. So it's like they're all over the place on the pecking order. So it's really hard to book them together because they're just so spread out. Because like BCC, everyone's kind of at the top, like I mentioned earlier, but these guys, they're all spread out from the bottom to the top of the card. And I think that makes it a bit confusing because they also have Danhausen too. So I don't know where he fits.
Chuck E.T. was a PWG guy, and Danhausen was an ROH guy, and Danhausen is currently seeking booking in other directions. So
He's
like
going back to Indies hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sad.
So
and they're not even booking him, which is even worse.
But he said he currently wants to go hard on the Indies. But it's probably because there's no booking for him right now in AEW.
That's a sad thing. Why wouldn't there be booking for Danhausen? Look at how they brought him into the programming.
Beach Break in Cleveland.
Yeah. Versus Adam Cole.
Yep. Let me just jump in here super quick.
Go ahead.
If Orange Cassidy successfully retains the international championship against Roderick Strong at Revolution, here's an interesting idea. Turn Trent Beretta heel and then do that feud. And have Trent be the one that takes the international championship from Orange Cassidy. Why not? Like, it's something different. And like everyone here has been saying, the best friends, it's like, what are they doing right now? If you turn Trent Beretta heel, it brings some light back to that faction. And or I guess that's the best way of saying it. But it makes that story more interesting, if you get what I mean.
What if Okada, if he comes into AEW, what if he joins them with the connection of Chaos?
Yes, yeah.
He could legitimize them more.
That's true. But I just feel so sad for Statlander. Why has she been...
Go
ahead.
So, yeah, let me get on this real quick. Along the Okada lines with that, you know, if for whatever reason they leave the belt on OC, why would you not just immediately at Revolution, OC wins, yada yada yada, and then mask guy comes out, or a couple masked guys come out, and it's Trent and Chucky T taking out OC, and then you have Okada coming out looking like he's going to make the save, and then he rainmakers the fuck out of OC and sets up Okada versus OC for the international title, and then actually make the international title an international title. You know, it only makes so much sense. But will TK do something like that? Very unlikely.
It would be more likely with Will Ospreay. They would run back Ospreay and Orange Cassidy from Forbidden Door. That would make the most sense. I don't see that happening.
We still don't know what Ospreay is going to be doing at Revolution, because if I'm not mistaken, Ospreay is supposed to have a match at Revolution, right?
It's rumored, yeah.
They haven't confirmed anything. They're really on the fringe right now with Revolution, but what we have right now for Revolution is a month out, and what we have now that's tangible is pretty awesome. While we're talking about Revolution, let's talk about Tony Khan. Tony Khan came out and he said, "Hey man, we're doing the big business pay-per-view. We're doing the big business Dynamite 2 weeks from now on Boston." Dude, I have nothing else to say. We all know what this means.
Yes. I actually I do think it could be more than just Mercedes Monet
Why wouldn't
and
it be?
possibly Kazuchika Okada. Okay, Shane, Volkner, do you guys remember what we were talking about last night with ESPN, Warner Brothers Discovery, and Fox Sports all coming together to form one streaming service?
Yeah, I don't have much of an opinion on that though.
I feel like them titling that show Big Business could somehow tie into that new deal.
Well,
I-
we had Rollins. We had Ringside News, a known troll farm for
Troll.
another. Yeah, thank you. We had Ringside News reporting this morning that AEW had nothing to do with whatever business plans involved the merger between Warner Brothers, Fox, and TNT Sports, which is bullshit because no one has any exposition to what's actually going on. So let's stay grounded in reality. A lot of these organizations exist to spread information. That's not why we're here, right? So big business, yes, but if you wanted to consider the totality behind whatever they plan to do this event, it's most likely going to be revolved around whatever they plan on doing with Mercedes Monet. Her whole entire
That part I agree with, but I'm just saying you can't rule out the possibility of something with that streaming service deal coming into effect.
I am going to agree with Rollins a little bit because that name Big Business combined with the fact that Tony Khan said that Dynamite will change the wrestling industry, and I know that Tony likes to overhype stuff, but a simple signing of Okada and Mercedes is not going to change the wrestling industry. So I'm thinking there might be something actual business wise related behind the scenes. So it could be like a streaming deal or a third hour of Dynamite, or maybe women's tag belts, all these things that we always speculate. It could be something like that. It could be some actual business related event.
AEW is in need of some sort of TV deal.
Oh
So
my
something
god.
new. So
Yeah.
I love this plot. I love this from Baba Booey. Plot twist: Vince McMahon aside.
Oh,
Who?
God.
Deal ever.
Oh Lord.
It's a worse deal than picking up CM Punk.
Well, we've
Oh, I
already
don't know about that.
At least you'd get a whole match out of Vince.
Oh my God.
We know
I'm
he
not
likes to struggle.
Jesus.
Jesus.
Dude,
I'm
that's
off-
That's for
That's-
tomorrow's pod. I'm sorry.
that stunner on Vince. I think a year and a half ago at WrestleMania, 2 years ago. That was the funniest shit.
KO.
With McAfee and Vince in the yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
Vince forgot how to sell the stunner, and Austin like kept trying to grab him and he couldn't.
Dude, you know what fucked me up about that spot is like all of the cameras were actually only on the beer. It was all on like pictures and shots and angles of the beer.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let's see where we're at right now. Sorry, I'm like double teaming baby shit right now.
Jericho, unless anybody
so
has
yeah.
anything
Oh.
else about the TK.
The Jericho match was sweet.
Yeah.
Some crazy, scary spots in that match. That blue thunderbomb off the top rope where Jericho smacked his head on the floor. That was brutal.
That's Jericho's thing.
Guys,
Thunderbomb.
the IWC told me Jericho doesn't put over talent.
Ever.
Jericho tapped out to his own finisher, but he doesn't put over talent, guys.
Never.
That's not.
No.
How dare you?
He only
Speak
did
of
that to
Jer-
make his own finisher look strong.
I would never, ever in my life, ever consider Jericho to be great with any haircut, let alone consider him to be the champion that I would pick to represent my Mount Rushmore, with my Mount Rushmore being 4 different versions of Jericho with different haircuts. No, dude, that Jericho put over Action Andretti. That match was so fantastic. Hey, like people are screaming, "Let's go, Jobber!" We don't even know his name. Let's go, Jobber. But why are we putting over Takeshita in the Don Callis family? It's a real question. because he should already be over. Are we wasting our time with the Don Callis family at this point?
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
I don't think so, because that on commentary they brought up how this was the second champion that Takeshita has beat. So I'll ask all of y'all: do we feel like this is leading to some sort of title run for Takeshita, or at least a challenge of a title for
title?
Takeshita?
He should have got a title.
I think which title is like starting
That's
point
where
for
my
that,
my
sure.
All
my
of them.
mind is thinking the TNT title, because
All of them.
they're but
Every
I mean,
single one. Women's tag titles too.
Give it to him too.
I think that's what we're gonna see, is Takeshita getting a title. It's just a matter of which one is it going to be.
Plot twist: Vince McMahon is signed. No, give Takeshita all of them. Only because they put the Intercontinental Championship on China. They said that was a predominantly male title. Why are we putting gender norms onto championships when anyone could win them? Takeshita.
Hey, Money in the Bank can technically be cashed in on any title.
Well, the TBS championship
not
is not a
this?
women's championship, technically. Doesn't have that in the title. It's just the TBS championship.
Yeah.
No.
That is true.
It's a consolation
Takeshita
prize.
with the blue thunder bomb on Julia.
Oh man.
Please.
Oh my God.
Through a table.
Takeshita is taking Jade Cargill's place.
Yes.
R.I.P.
But Caleb, as Simon Miller likes to say, it is the least devastating move in all of sports entertainment. And does it ever beat anyone? No.
An actual wrestling move? You're right.
Until
Other
recently, I didn't understand the hype behind Takeshita, but
I like him. He's
starting
What
growing.
do
to
you
feel
mean?
it.
Are you
Starting
kidding?
to see it.
Takeshita's
I no, until recently, I hadn't watched any his older matches. I knew him from AEW, and that was it.
Me too.
And he really doesn't show off. He has been lately, but I went back recently and watched a lot of his older stuff, and that man is fantastic.
My
He needs a
guess
title.
is at
Uh,
Revolution, we're probably going to do like a tag team match, like Jericho and Sammy against Takeshita and Powerhouse Hobbs or something.
I was thinking that earlier too.
Well, how about, I mean, it just since we brought up Osprey as well, Jericho and Sammy versus Osprey and Takeshita.
What about Osprey and Kyle Fletcher? Because
I mean, either you could even do a 6-man match there and have somebody team with Jericho and Sammy, because Osprey is already tied in with Don Callis, as we saw in Wembley Stadium. So it's if we do have Osprey's first match at Revolution, that's something that could make sense.
I think Osprey's gonna be the reason the Callis family breaks apart. I'm excited for it.
Could be.
I mean, first feud
down
for
the
Osprey, Osprey versus Takeshita, opening feud for Osprey in AEW.
Like, what? Since the Don Callis family formed, what have they done? Like, really nothing.
Takeshita pins Omega clean.
Jericho got destroyed by Hobbs. Remember that squash? It was like 3 minutes long.
Yes, but like they haven't like won any championships.
Fletcher has the ROH TV title.
They can't figure out how to properly use a screwdriver. How are they supposed to win a championship?
Let me rephrase that. They haven't won any significant AEW championships. Like, they've been either feuding with Kenny Omega or Chris Jericho. They haven't really done any other storylines. It feels like it's just kind of there.
I think they've been really derailed by injuries, not only by Kenny but also Sammy Guevara. And to be honest, the majority of the roster hasn't won any significant championships, so that's not really an argument.
ROH titles.
Those don't count.
No, but my point though is like, I feel like the Don Callis family was put in place to put over guys. And sure, Takeshita, won against Kenny Omega. I agree. And yes, we got everything with Powerhouse Hobbs and Chris Jericho, but like, has Takeshita really gone anywhere since then? I would say no. How's
I'm-
Powerhouse Hobbs gone anywhere since winning against Chris Jericho? Again, I would say no.
No, but I would give them a little bit more time. They need some stability without injuries and illnesses and stuff like that.
No, I'm actually going to side with Rollins on this one. Shock and disbelief, everybody. Community,
I-
come at me.
Wait,
Rollins,
you agreed with me? What is
Yeah.
this?
Yeah, Hobbs has had his day in the sun when he was with Team Taz. He had an opportunity to rise up when he was with fucking Ricky Starks and Takesha. He should have been a front runner, but they've been treating him like exposition. What I would say is that this current iteration of the Callis family is an opportunity to rise above the current storytelling, but will they actually do it is the question, because they're still going after Jericho, Kyle Fletcher, and Will Ospreay. With being involved with the Aussie Open implies that there has to be a bigger picture. When Ospreay comes in, is he siding with Callis or is he going to Aussie Open? That's what we need to be asking ourselves, because it's to have Ospreay immediately join them entering AEW is kind of mid. He could come in and be a fucking top faction leader just like Jay White. But is Jay
Now,
White that?
there's a feud I would want to see, even if they already did it in New Japan. Will Ospreay versus Jay White? Yes, please, thank you.
Yeah, and that would be great wrestling. That'd be great wrestling. But that would be them quantifying these, because Jay White came into AEW as the leader of a faction de facto from a faction from another promotion. Will Ospreay already entered in as a subordinate to the Don Callis family as a faction leader. It's like I feel like Charlie Day right now connecting the yarn, you know. but again, I am on track. Like
Ooh, I like this idea.
Ospreay can come in and say, "Hey, fuck everything that's going on. United Empire could get back together." And Kyle Fletcher will come back, and then they'll have to redefine all of that, and it won't matter because that'll be more important than what's on mainstream AEW media. That gives Ospreay a place as a faction leader, but also segregate Don Callis from whatever is going on, and Takeshita could have a position to actually do his shit. Jericho could be segregated and on a fucking farewell tour, which would be great because I love Chris Jericho, but it's his time, people. Jericho should be on the outs.
So, Shane, let me ask you this. You said earlier Takeshita should be going after the TNT Championship. Would he be going after Christian Cage? Or would he be going after Adam Copeland?
Neither.
Daniel Garcia?
I mean,
Nope.
that's possible. I don't think. I think it's gonna be a third party that's not involved yet.
Which means it's going to be a while from now.
It's
Yeah.
going to be a while that's where I'm going. It's all going to be a while from now.
Well, are we
What
gonna
fucking-
have one of those ladder matches at Revolution? The
Hardy
brass
Boy.
ring.
Yeah,
Versus-
we haven't had one in a while, I feel like.
That's what I feel like. That could be a match Takeshita wins, and he holds that title shot for a while until an opportune time comes, and that would make quite a lot of sense.
Yeah, possible.
Or you could do the Super Card of Honor for the 4 fucking tag teams. The Hardy Boys versus Takeshita and fucking Kyle Fletcher versus contrasting opponents versus Action Andretti and Dante Martin.
Those are some random teams.
How are they,
I-
how are they random teams?
I don't really have a lot to say about that.
Yeah, let's move
I
on
don't
to the main event.
Oh, Chuck E. T.
No.
But we kind of
somewhere-
covered that already for a little bit. Best
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah,
Sting's
because
the
Chuck
man.
E. T.
Yeah.
got attacked.
I didn't even see that. I
He
was
got,
going to the
he got
bathroom.
beat up by
Did
Undisputed
he?
Kingdom.
Yeah, he deserves it.
Which, let me just say this. Since we got the formation of Undisputed Kingdom, what have they really done?
You're about to give the
They-
exact same speech that you just
they
gave.
need
Brother,
to
me.
balance
you're trying to kill all the factions, Rollins. Give them a
No, I'm
chance,
just-
my brother.
No, I'm just asking an honest question. I'm asking an honest question.
Hey, Rollins.
They're
They attacked
Sting-
Chuck E. Cheese.
Sting is a fucking champion right now.
Yes.
The end. That's all I got.
Oh, and go Young Bucks.
Fuck the Young Bucks.
Well, so speaking of the Young Bucks, let's get to the
Oh.
main event.
Yes, please.
Shane, I'm gonna toss it back to you for this one.
Go ahead. Oh,
Oh, so we had.
All right, so we
Yeah.
had this evening. We had the Young Bucks versus nobody. We had Darby Allin and Sting versus Sammy Guevara Jr., Ricky Starks, and Large William.
No.
And yeah, I know. And we had Ricky Starks and Big Bill versus Sting and Darby. We most of the community knew where this was headed. Facts. I'm gonna cry.
Again?
No, I can't. I'm gonna pass it off.
All right, I'll bust in here. So we had Starks and Big Bill versus Darby and Sting in the Tornado tag match, and like Shane was saying, everyone knew this was going the Sting and Darby route. You're not going to have Sting and Darby lose their first match before Sting's retirement. In the meanwhile, we have Shane in tears over here. But we got spoiled by a very good match. I mean, within the first 5 minutes, we had Sting jumping off a 15-foot ledge onto Big Bill and Ricky Starks at the crisp age of 54. Like
64.
64. So, yes, 64.
When I saw him up there, I was thinking like he's not gonna make it to Revolution.
That's what when he landed, I was like, oh shit, he broke his ribs. He's
I
done.
don't think he wants to be able to wrestle anymore of these two matches.
Does Darby want to be able to wrestle anymore? That's a valid.
Darby doesn't want to live to see 35.
Darby doesn't want to walk.
He doesn't want to live to see tomorrow.
Yeah, so I mean, we got a very good match, a very fun match. It was very predictable. I mean, I don't really think any of us saw this going a different direction. And in the end, we had Sting get up with his family, celebrate in the ring, and then the GOATs came out.
Yep.
Matthew and Nicholas Jackson.
Yep.
With white baseball bats, white suits, and
You are spitting fire right now, Caleb.
Oh shit! Here I come. I'm in.
They beat the shit out of
You are
Darby
spitting
and Sting.
fire.
Fuck the
white suits were a great choice because you saw the blood of both men just draped all over Matthew and
Sting
Nicholas
wasn't
Jackson.
bleeding until that punt.
I
think he actually took that shit to the face.
The Randy Orton punt kick to the head was absolutely insane. And then as well, just to really add on to the heel aspect of the boys, we no longer have the BTE trigger.
We have the
EVP
trigger. Yeah, that's right.
So Shane, I'll pass this along to you. How do you feel about the match? How do you feel about what we probably all see as an obvious Young Bucks victory coming at Revolution as well?
Well, I appreciate that you picked up the buck. No pun intended. Obviously, you know, I'm a bit not imbibed, but emotionally overly encumbered by seeing Sting in his most compromised moment take a championship that he has never held before and carry it into what is the unforeseeable future for the AEW tag team titles. Yes, I'm not being sleazy here with the FTW title. We're going to see these guys retire as champions. Now, with the Young Bucks, fuck the Bucks.
Fuck
What do you
the
think?
Bucks.
I like
Fuck
the Bucks.
Rollins.
And not fuck Rollins. Why fuck Rollins?
Not fuck Rollins. I love Rollins. Fuck the Bucks.
right there, Volk. They're right there.
Hey, but listen, you got to run with it, man. The Bucks are living up to a character right now. I have my kids screaming in the background. That's kind of what it's distracting me. Well, the Bucks are running with a character they knew they were running with when they left 3 weeks ago, right? So we have some superior storytelling from the Bucks, who are the EVPs. So that it could be equal parts work, equal parts storytelling, equal parts these guys don't give a fuck, and they'll make themselves look like assholes, which is what they did when they came out today. So we're priming for a Revolution match. The Bucks are going to lift these titles off of Sting and Darby Allin, and then we're going to retire them, and Darby's going to come back and take the championship. He's going to do it the Scorpion Deathlock. That's what's going on.
Valkyrie, you want to go
All right.
next?
Can you one of you highlight Wolf's comment for me so I don't have the fancy clicker? Right there. Big Bill's the best big man today. You guys can spit facts all day about Sting. Like, we all know that man is fantastic. The match was incredible. That's my biggest takeaway, though, is Big Bill is phenomenal on the mic now. His in-ring game is top notch. He's become a complete wrestler. AEW has done so much to help that man's career, and I'm excited to see what happens because he should be going for a solo run soon.
You can't teach that.
No, he's dude's good, man. I like it.
You can't teach that.
He's certainly not soft.
Soft. SAWFT.
Soft.
Sure.
Carry on.
He's rock hard.
Caleb,
Jesus fucking Christ.
Caleb, you and I don't agree on the Kansas City Chiefs. We agree about Swerve Strickland, and we freaking agree about the Young Bucks. This was we absolutely are on the same page here, my friend. The Young Bucks are awesome. They are top 3 tag team right now in wrestling, along with the Usos and the New Day, and you cannot tell me otherwise.
What?
One of those tag teams doesn't exist.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine.
Rollins. Top 3 tag teams in the world right now. Go.
New Day, Young Bucks, FTR.
FTR.
Including New Day in 2024 is a very hot take. A very, very hot take.
Continue.
We might fight.
Anyway, the Young Bucks are absolute assholes in the best way possible. They dress like absolute douchebags, and you know that when they make their entrance, Matthew and Nicholas are just gonna do whatever they can to make you care about their match, whether it's coming out and doing having some sort of weird things hanging in front of their face, or having something on their tight entrance screen. I don't care, and everybody's leaving. Whatever. What did I do to make everybody run away?
I'm here. I support the Young Bucks. I'm listening.
Apparently, I scared Shade, Caleb, and Volk away. Damn it!
Hey, I'm still here.
Okay.
I'm just trying to sip on my drink in peace, man.
But you know when it's a Young Bucks match, it's okay. Apparently, I really scared Volk away. Damn it. But anyway, you know what you're gonna get from the Young Bucks, and you either love them or you hate them. There is no in between. So I can't wait for this match. What's become clear to me, though, is Sting can't work regular tag matches anymore. So I'll be curious what kind of tag match it is at Revolution. Is it going to be no DQ? Is it going to be a tornado tag like what we had tonight? Is it going to be, street fight, something like that?
Yeah, I think that's what it's going to be too, because this is going to turn into a blood feud based on what we've seen today. Because, I was excited for this match because it was Sting's last match. Now I'm excited for this match because this is going to be a pretty heated feud, I think, from what we saw today.
Faulkner, did I
Sting is
scare
going to
you
want to.
away?
Sting is going to want to kill these guys.
Yes. Did I scare
And-
you away, Faulkner?
Oh, he changed his picture.
Oh, I thought I scared you.
Nah, my shit crashed when I was changing my picture.
Okay, I thought I scared you away. I'm like, wow, I didn't think I pissed him off that much.
Was I the only one
Never.
who, when I saw Sting's sons, I felt like they should be the tag team champions?
They're
'Cause
big
they-
dudes.
You're not.
They look
those
like-
dudes were jacked.
They look like two buff bag rolls out there.
Well, and my takeaway too. I mean, I heard it. I don't know if it was just me or if y'all heard it as well. But before they even confirmed it on the announce table, I heard the Bucks shout EVP trigger.
Yeah.
I missed that.
yeah.
I love them building into this whole. We are the heel, like the ultimate heel. We're going to make you hate us in however possible way we can.
They're basically the
is there-
authority.
That yes, exactly. They're a more cocky version of the authority. Like, is there a better tag team or just para wrestlers in general in the world at getting people to love them or hate them as much as the Young Bucks are able to?
Parties.
No.
Hardys? I don't think anyone hates
Into
the
the-
Hardys.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
that's a yes. You got to look at the history. Yes, absolutely yes. Why not the Hardys?
Well, I'm talking about currently.
Currently, maybe not.
The Bucks are on a whether people love them or hate them, they're on a level of their own to tag team greatness right now. It's the way they're able to just flip that switch so quickly and then put on the quality of matches they are is unreal. And we will probably see the best match of Sting's career at Revolution, and the Young Bucks will have a major part in that.
That's why I love the Young Bucks, though, is because they can adapt based on what kind of match it is and who they're facing. Like, the match we got, the series of matches we got between the Elite and Death Triangle were not the same matches we got when the Elite went against the House of Black at Revolution. Like, that's where I think the Young Bucks are so good. They change their style based on who they're facing.
Yeah.
Well, that's a Generation Me move that goes all the way back to TNA when they were beefing with hold on, the Motor City Machine. I'm sorry, I'm getting a lot of feedback right now on the Young Bucks in terms of where their future is headed. There is confirmation that they are thinking of ending their the 2024 end of that December, their career dates being over and passing off the buck. No pun intended. I don't think that's going to be a thing. AEW is their career path. Does anyone disagree with that?
No, they're not going anywhere. They're going to retire in AEW, and it's not going to be any time within the next 5 years. I'd be very, very surprised. Now, I could see them falling back into a, wrestling one match a month type of thing. I could see that happening.
Yeah,
with
they
the
could
Bucks.
tone it down. Yeah.
I think they're going to be career enders in a sense. Like, obviously, they're going to give Sting's last match. I think eventually we'll finally get Christian Cage and Adam Copeland, and I think their last matches will
And
be
Jericho.
Yeah, I don't give a shit what they do with Jericho anymore. I love Jericho, but his time's coming, and whatever the fuck Jericho wants, Jericho
So
should get.
my question to you guys about this Revolution match is, who do you think is going to win? Bucks or Sting and Darby?
Young Bucks.
It's the
I
Bucks.
think Bucks.
It's gotta be.
I'm going with Sting. I think Sting is going to retire undefeated and as a champion. I think that's Tony Khan's way of letting him go out at the absolute top as much as he can.
Andre, I'm right. I'm right there with you. I want to see. Do I think that he'll make that dive? I hope so. But Sting on top. Let him go out as a
Shane, you
champion.
actually changed my mind on that earlier. It's something you said though. I think it was
Go
you,
Go ahead.
because Sting is going to get whatever fuck he wants for this match. It's not up to TK. It's how Sting wants to go out. I think it was Shane. Might have been somebody else that mentioned that in Sting's day, his day was 20 years ago.
It was me. That
Yeah,
it's tradition.
it was tradition
It's
to
tradition.
put over the newer guys and their final match. So in Sting's world, it's better fitting for him to lose.
I love this.
So maybe.
I think so, but at the same time, if the Bucks, who are the bosses, and TK, who is the boss, if they tell him, dude, Sting, we want you to win and go out on top, I don't think he's going to fight him over it. I think he'll
I
just say,
want him
cool.
to win.
Yeah.
I will say that. I want him to win. But who knows what the fuck Sting wants.
I would not be upset if Sting wins and retains the titles. But then what do you do with the tag team titles once Sting retires? Just
I think
vacate?
they'll just
Vacate.
vacate him, yeah, and then they'll have a
Vacate, yeah.
tournament because TK loves his tournaments.
The House of Black gets their titles back, finally.
Yeah. Or anybody, someone new, like they could build Private Party up, or
Yeah.
even
Top
Trent and
Flight.
Chuck T, like we talked about earlier, best friends.
Yeah.
Such young talent, too. They're incredible.
I'd love to see the Young Bucks go against Top Flight for the tag titles. Or how about the Young Bucks against Private Party for the tag titles? I'm interested in both of those matches.
Lee
Yeah.
Moriarty finally getting an actual tag partner.
Yeah. How about this? Ethan Page, he gets a tag partner. There you go.
Scorpio Sky.
Yeah.
JD Drake.
Oh God.
Jay-Z.
The last thing I have about that match, though, is watching Ricky Starks hesitate to hit Sting at the end was really touching. I liked it.
It was touching, but it was also weird because they made it seem like he was about to retire Sting when that's
Yeah.
not the case. So yeah, I don't know.
Well, yeah, that. Plus, why now?
Yeah,
Why do you give a shit now? You didn't care this whole time.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Still a nice little touch, I guess.
You're talking about retiring Sting. Please, guys, be humble. I'm sorry. I'm going to be that guy. Sting is the end all be all to a lot of people's pro wrestling ideologies and also careers. So if he acted out in tandem to that, I mean, it's a thing. Guys, listen.
Listening.
Yeah. We're
yo,
listening.
listen.
Sting retires Sting. That's the thing here. It's what he wants, how the match is going to
He's gonna lay down, hook his
Listen,
own leg, and count the
It's
through.
it's going to be a fantastic match, no matter how it's
Oh my
viewed. Man.
fucking
No
God.
matter who wins,
What?
it's going to be awesome.
My question is this: what does Darby Allin do once Sting is no longer?
He's gonna go
around?
climb the mountain.
Gets
That's
lost in
coming
mid
right
card
up.
again.
No, he's gonna go climb Mount Everest because that's right around
That's
the corner.
is that June? I think it is.
I thought
Yeah.
he already did that.
No, he-
No, he's been going for
That's the
training. He's been
Oh.
training for the climb.
Hello?
Hello.
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 Oh my God. I know I'm a little buzzed, but right now, but hey, listen, I'm gonna pass the buck. My shit's a little fucked up right now. I'll be ready for the next podcast, but someone else can close this shit out. I'm done. Thank you so much for joining the podcast.
I think that's the perfect end right there.
No, the perfect end was C.
Oh,
Buck.
yesterday's.
Oh my God, the oh shit. Oh my God, but I keep coming in and out. That's the problem. And it's right now, so like it's really aggravating. Thank you everyone for joining the pod this evening. A very enlightening Dynamite, and we're about 3 weeks out of Revolution. So for those of you that have joined us this evening, please look into our Discord. It's the link is in our description, and I know YouTube tells me to tell you guys to slap the fucking like and subscribe button if you want to continue to be involved with anything that we have going on. Please sing me out, guys. Come on.
Nah,
We're out of time. Good night.
Okay, bye.
Go
Okay,
Chiefs.
Fuck the Chiefs.
fuck the Chiefs, but they're probably gonna win anyway.
You able to hit the? Okay.
They are.
Okay,
Yeah.
bye.
Yeah,
All
I knew
right,
he was.
boys.
I knew he was gonna forget to stop the